Hi, welcome to Intermediate Ashtanga. I'm Melanie from Yoga Within. Keep in mind, it is a strong, fairly fast practice, so if you're not in good physical health, you may want to leave the class out today. Always make sure you check with your doctor. And it is the intermediate practice. We do leave some postures out because we do just have the hour for the practice. So with all that said, come up to standing to the front of your mat. Remember, as always, the breath is the most important part of the practice. Just try to let your mind follow the rhythm of the breath. And it's so important to listen to the cues your body's giving you. So if something's causing you pain, there's always ways to modify things. Standing at the front of the mat in Samasthiti, take a moment just to find the Ujjayi breath, breathing deeply in and out through the nose, mouth lightly closed. The importance of the drishti, the point of gaze. Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, lift the arms and the gaze. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lifting the hips. Exhale, step back, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Long, full breaths. Remember, you can always walk it out into the walking dog, just discovering how your body's feeling today. You might need your feet a little farther apart with the knees bent, especially if it's back and hamstrings. You may need to move the arms wider apart. Follow the rhythm of your breath. Inhale, bring the gaze and the feet to the hands. You're in that half fold. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Inhale, arms and gaze. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step back. Don't hang those heads. Lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Long, full breaths. If at any point you need to pause, just bring your knees to the ground and send your hips back into child's pose. If you're dizzy at all, stack your fists, rest your head on your fists. But again, remember the importance of the breath. Your eyes are open through the practice. Moving the shoulders apart, building shoulder stability for all the postures that lie ahead. Inhale, gaze and feet to hands. Exhale, fold the body. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Last time. Inhale, arms and gaze. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, step back. Your knees can come down if you need to. Lower through. Inhale, upward dog, legs are strong. Exhale, downward dog, breathing. Remember, make the adjustments you need. This practice is strong, but it is truly meant to be a healing practice. So if you are finding yourself moving into pain, sometimes our greatest challenge in the practice is knowing when to back off and practice that loving kindness to ourselves. Inhale, gaze and feet to hands. Exhale, fold the body. Inhale, come up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Surya Namaskara B, knees bent. Inhale, arms and gaze. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step back, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot pivots, right foot comes forward. Coming up, squaring the hips, softening the shoulders. Exhale, coming back down. Watch those heads, don't hang them. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog, open the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot pivots, left comes forward. Weights even on both feet. Look up if you're not dizzy. Exhale, coming back down. Up. Watch those heads hanging. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Long, full breaths. Remember, this practice becomes like a moving meditation as you just let the mind follow the gentle rhythm of the breath. Do what feels best in your body today, remembering that each time you come to your mat is an entirely new experience. Inhale, gaze and feet to hands. Exhale, fold, bend the knees. Inhale, arms and gaze. Exhale, Samasthiti. Knees bend, arms and gaze up. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step back, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot pivots, right foot comes forward. Lift the arches of both feet. Exhaling, coming back down. Watch that head hanging. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot pivots, left forward. Breathing in, try to center those hips, soften the shoulders. Exhale, coming back down. Watch those heads hanging. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Long, full breaths. Thinking gentle Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Make sure the weight is even on the foundation, which is everything touching the ground. Eyes are open, drishti towards the belly button or the wall behind. Inhale, gaze and feet to hands. Exhale, fold, knees bend. Inhale, arms and gaze. Exhale, samastiti. Last time. Knees bend, inhale, arms and gaze. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the hips, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step back, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot pivots, right comes forward. Inhale, coming up, square up those hips. Exhale, coming back down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Right pivots, left forward. Breathing in, waist even on the feet, shoulders down. Exhale, coming back down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Long, full breaths. Remember, rest in child's pose if you need to, but keep your breathing. Hopefully by now you have a good sense of how you're feeling today. So try to honor that as you move through the practice. Inhale, gaze and feet to hands. Exhale, fold the body, bend the knees. Inhale, arms and gaze. Exhale, samastiti. Haringasthasana, feet apart, hip width, look up. Exhale, fold, grab your toes. Inhale, hips high. Exhale, elbows bend, body fold. Now find a retraction, a bending of the knees, ribs to thighs, straighten the legs. Open the shoulders, neck is long, eyes open, notice where the weight is on the feet. Keep your breath. Inhale, straighten the arms, lift the gaze. Exhale, Padahastasana, hands under the feet. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, bend the elbows, fold the body. Keep breathing. Explore the weight on the feet and on the hands. A lot of balance. Eyes are open. Lift those hips. Straighten the arms. Lift the gaze. Inhale. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, come up. Exhale, samastiti. Uttita Trikonasana, step out wide to the right, right out, left in, body fold. Watch those heads, don't let them hang. Although props are not normally used in Ashtanga, I truly encourage you to use them if you need them. So if you need a block under that bottom arm, use it. Squeeze your inner upper thighs. Watch those heads, don't hang them. Inhale, come up. Exhale, other side. Remember the options. If the shoulder's hurting, don't lift that arm up. Put the hand in the hip or in the low back. Connect top and bottom half right there at the core. Engage the core. Don't hang your heads. Keep breathing. Lift the arches of the feet. Inhale, come up. Parivrita is the rotation. So right foot points forward. Left hand to the outside of the right leg. Hand can rest in the sacrum, out to the side, or fingertips up. Keep your breathing. The foundation of standing is your feet. Make sure your legs are strong. One more breath in. One more breath out. Inhale, come up. Exhale, same thing, other side. So left is forward, taking right to the outside of the left. Don't assume the arms will be in the same position here or the drishti. You can look down to the side or all the way up. Torso rotates around the spine. Breathing, breathing. One more breath in. One more breath out. Inhale, come up. Exhale, samastiti. Uttita Parsvasthasana, step wide to the right, bend the right knee. Elbow to thigh, left arm up and over. Some of you will take the hand to the floor. Truly do what's best for you, in or outside of the leg. Watch those heads, I see them hanging. Use your breathing. Remember, we're striving for both strength and flexibility, not just flexibility. Inhale, come up. Exhale, other side. Now you may feel that your arms need to be in a different position on this side. Our bodies are rarely the same from side to side. The idea is to heal our bodies, not to hurt them. Straight line of energy from that back heel up through the fingers. Build that neck strength. Don't hang that head. Inhale, come up. Parivrtta. Exhale, rotate. Right knee bends. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Now, in a perfect world, that heel's on the floor. But if you need to lift it, lift it. Some of you will have the left hand down and the right arm by the ear. What is best for you? Inhale, come up. Exhale, same thing, other side. Set the foundation, the feet. Stabilize through the hips and the pelvis. Right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Breathing, unclench your teeth and toes. Use your breath. Torso rotates around spine. Shoulder above shoulder. One more breath in. One more breath out. Inhale, come up. Exhale, Samastiti. Prasarita Padottanasana A, hands to step wide, hands to hips. Exhale, fold, hands to floor. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, walk your hands back, drop your head to the floor. Squeeze your elbows towards each other like you have a block between them. If your head is on the floor, you don't widen your stance, you actually shorten it. Use your breathing, lift the arches of your feet. Neck hangs freely. Now straighten the arms, lift the hips, breathe in. Hands to hips, breathe out. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands by hips. Arms lift shoulder height, inhale. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, look up. Exhale, head to floor, and about halfway, if you bend the knees, send the hips back and up. Your foundation, your feet might need to change. And that will allow you to get your spine straighter, getting the torso or the spine perpendicular to the floor. Do the work, the hands are on the hips to recognize the hips lifting and the shoulders opening. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release the arms. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, chest expander. Inhale, arms and gaze. Exhale, head to floor, arms to floor. Now this is where you may benefit by using a strap to open the shoulders. Again, that bending of the knees and the straightening will allow you to reset your foundation, which is in your feet. Not assuming the feet stay in the same position. Unclench your toes. Inhale, come up. Lift those arms. Head's the last thing to come up. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Pointer finger, middle finger under the big toes, thumb touches. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, bend the elbows, fold the body. Again, you may need to reset your foundation. Make sure the outside edges of your hips, feet are parallel. Elbows go out to the side. Don't let them dip forward. I'm watching you now. Come on. Keep breathing. Where's the breath? Inhale, straighten the arms, lift the gaze. Exhale, hands to hips. Don't lock those legs. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, reset front of the mat, Samastiti. Hands go behind the back, palm to palm, or hold the elbows. Step the right foot all the way around. Look up. Exhale, fold forward. If halfway is where you should go, that's where you should stay. The weight does not go forward into the front foot. It's even on both feet. Unclench your toes. It's prep for balance. Use your breathing. Those hips go up and back as they would in downward dog. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, same thing other side. Now remember, you might have gone all the way forward on the other side and just halfway on this side. That's fine. Do what will truly heal your body, not hurt your body. Your mat, it's like your own personal mirror. Visualize your shoulders, your hips, your feet. Let that neck go. I see lots of you holding neck strain. Unlock your front legs. Inhale, come up. Exhale, Samastiti. Moving into balance, weight goes to the left leg. Lift the right leg, grab the toes if you can. Fold the body forward. You can hold the calves. You can hold the back of the thigh. That left hand can be on the hip or along the left thigh. You can look down, you can retract and straighten that right leg. What is it you need? Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, move that hip in the socket, take the leg out, and look the other way. If you can hold the leg straight, great, but remember, it's not about moving only to flexibility. You need your body to be strong. This is where we practice truthfulness. Keep your breath. You're allowed to smile. Come back to the center as you breathe in. It's a forward fold over the leg as you exhale. Inhale, come up. Exhale, extend that leg and point the toes forward. Notice if your hips are even. Are you thrusting that left hip up, out? Keep your breath. Why are your hands where they are? Understand why you do what you do. Flex the foot, release it, and walk it out. Weight goes to the right. Lift the left. Grab the back of the thigh, fold. Grab the heel. Grab what you can grab and fold forward. Use your breath. Unclench the toes of the weight-bearing foot. Use the power of the drishti, your point of gaze. Understand how you're using your shoulders. Inhale up. Exhale. Move the hip in the socket. Unlock both legs. Use your breath. Lift your sternum. Connect top and bottom half right there at the core. Bring it back to the center. Fold forward as you exhale. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands to hips. Your mind will say, can't do this. But you can. Bend the knee, lift the hip in the socket, and extend it out again. And breathe. Square up those hips. Flex it, release it, walk it out. Weight goes to the left. Right foot comes up into half lotus. Reach around, grab the foot, and fold forward. Option being, right ankle on left knee, hands at heart center. Sit back in that imaginary chair. Remember, lotus and half lotus, they're all about hips, knees. Use your breath. Let your head go. Unclench your toes and your teeth. Inhale, come part way up. Exhale. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, release. Walk it out. Switch sides. Weight to the right. Lifting the left. Half lotus if you can. Remember the options. Grab the foot. Fold the body. Neck relaxes. Unclench teeth and toes. The heel goes into that area right below the navel, working into Uddiyana Bandha. Inhale, come part way up, pause, exhale. Inhale all the way up, exhale, release to the front of the mat, Samastiti. Inhale, arms and gaze. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, step back, lower through, don't drop those heads. Use your toes, lift upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, gaze and feet to the hands. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, arms and gaze coming to Utkatasana. Readjust the feet if you need to. Knees and feet equal distance apart. Farther apart if you feel back in hamstrings. Draw those shoulders down the back. Keep breathing. Roll the pinky fingers slightly up. Get those muscles in the arms working. Breathe in. Breathe out, fold forward. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, step back, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Virabhadrasana A, left foot pivots, right foot comes forward. Breathing in as you come up. Now reset your foundation, your feet, so you can center your hips. Shoulders drop, this isn't a back bend. Good, breathing. Neck has its natural curve, eyeballs roll right up in their sockets. Weight is even on the feet, that right hip back, left thigh forward, breathing. Now straighten the right leg, turn the feet, bend the left knee. Reset your foundation, your feet.
Center your hips, soften the shoulders. And if shoulders are causing you pain, put your hands on your hips. Or bend the elbows. Build that shoulder stability for the practice that comes next. Keep your breathing. One more breath in. One more breath out. Now adjust the feet so the hips can point relatively forward between the legs and lower the arms parallel to the floor. Your gaze is to the hand over the bent knee, so the left knee is bent. Keep your breath. Unclench your teeth and your toes, and if that back hip is lifting, you might need to widen your stance. It's a very wide stance. Now straighten the leg, turn the feet, and now bend the right knee. Take the gaze over the right hand. Unclench your teeth, unclench your toes. It's as though you're drawing your legs together and rising up your spine. If you're lunging, bring yourself back to a straight spine. Transitioning through chaturanga, back arm comes up, lower through. Watch your heads. Inhale, up. Exhale, roll back. Coming to a seated position now, however you get there. Sitting down, legs out, hands down, reposition your glutes. If you need a block to lift the hips and tilt the pelvis, use it. Don't let our ego get in the way. Do what we need to do to heal our bodies and create that balance of both strength and flexibility. Steady and easy. When the body's at ease, it starts to find its greatest strength. Eyes are open, drishti's down the tip of the nose. Inhale, look up. Exhale, Paschimottanasana, so pointer middle finger around the big toe, walk the glutes back. If you need to bend your knees to get that rib-thigh connection, honestly, give yourself permission to do it. Don't hang the head, but if your torso's on your thighs and you can drop the head, then by all means do it. Drishti towards the toes doesn't mean lift and crank the neck. It means roll the eyeballs in the sockets. Now inhale, straighten the spine, lift the torso. Exhale, change the grip. Grab the outsides of the feet, bend the elbows. And again, if it's back and hamstrings, move the legs farther apart. Posture is the same. We're just got a different foundation. We're sitting down now. Draw those shoulders back. A little bit of movement can allow change and transformation. Get out of our old habits. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, release. Move through a vinyasa or leave the vinyasa out. It is your practice and it is meant to heal you. So if you have pain in the wrists, leave these vinyasas out. Coming to Parsvattanasana, incline plane. Option being knees bent, hips up. Otherwise, lean way back. Lift the chest, bend the knees a bit. Lift, press through the heels. Neck is long, breath is strong. Know why you're doing what you're doing. Don't do it because I'm saying it. Keep your breath. One more breath in, one more breath out. Lower down, cross the legs the opposite way. Move through the vinyasa if it is beneficial. Breathing. Inhale forward, exhale, sit down. Left leg straight. Right foot comes into half lotus, reach around, grab the foot with the right hand, fold the body. You can use a strap around the right foot if you need to bend the left knee to get a deeper forward fold. I really suggest you do it. In time, the knees come together. Breath is present. Weight is even on everything on the ground. Inhale, come up. Exhale, spark. Now, if it is in your vinyasa, in your practice to vinyasa between sides, by all means, left foot half lotus, reach around, grab it, fold the body forward. Again, it is a forward fold, so adjust as you need to. Bend from the hip crease, not the bottom of the rib cage. Keep breathing. Don't send all the weight to that right hamstring. Feel that heel into the area just below the navel. Inhale, come up, lift the chest. Exhale, release. Vinyasa, if you're doing the vinyasas, inhale up, exhale back. Inhale, sit down. Exhale, left leg straight. Right leg tucks back, roll out the calf. Get the weight as even as you can in the glutes. So if you need a prop, it goes under the left glute. Shoulders drop. In a perfect world, the weight would be as even as you can get it on both glutes, and the knees would be together. Grab your foot the way it's best for you. Use a strap if you need, but remember that grip has a relationship to what you're doing with your shoulders. Inhale, come up. It should be as much work as going down. Exhale, release, spark, build that core strength, and switch sides. Right leg is straight, left goes back, roll the calf out, reposition the glutes, and fold the body forward. If you can't reach the foot, put your hands on the floor. Use your breathing. Shoulders are even. This is not a twist. Keep your breath. Press that right big toe mound forward. Draw the right hip back. Now inhale, lift from the base of the spine. Exhale, release. Vinyasa if you're doing. Remember, knees can be down if that allows you to build strength in the wrists and the shoulders. Coming into Jana Shishasana A, left leg straight, right foot sole against the inner thigh, or foot moves away, top of foot rolls up. This is a slight twist, squaring up the hips, drawing left hip back, breathing. Weight is even on everything. So left big toe mound forward, left hip back. Go to where you can go comfortably. Think gentle Mula Bandha, gentle Uddiyana Bandha. Shoulders are even, breath is present. Weight is even on both sides. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Spark. And switch sides. Right leg is straight. Left foot comes in. Reposition the glutes. Use blocks if you need. Right big toe mound presses away. Right hip draws back. Remember, if it feels like your foundation isn't doing any work, good chance it isn't. Release your shoulders. Feel that gentle twist. Feel the shoulders broadening, the neck being long, the breath being present. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Vinyasa. If you're doing the vinyasas, keep your breath. Elbows are in snug to the body. Roll over the toes. As you come to be, the left leg is straight. The right knee bends. You lift and slide the heel underneath. The right knee is open about 85 degrees. The left hip draws back, and that's where you get that slight twist in the low back. Again, keep the weight even on everything connected to the floor. Remember that the breath is so important and it tells you your story. Don't hold your breath. Shoulders, are they even? Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Spark. And switch sides. Right leg is straight, left heel under, body fold. So right hip back, right big toe mound forward, shoulders drop, that left knee is open about 85 degrees and it doesn't squeeze in towards the right leg. Try keeping the elbows off the floor. Challenge yourself without hurting yourself. And remember, if you do the same thing time and time again, you get the same results. So while the practice is repetitive, the way you enter the postures doesn't have to be. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Vinyasa. Watch your heads. I see you hanging them. Inhale. Exhale. Moving into Jana Shishasana C. So left leg is straight. Bend those right toes back. Bring them to the floor. Body slides forward. Good. Breathing. Again, you need to feel stable here. If all the weight's on that left hamstring, sometimes then we wonder, why is my hamstring giving me so much grief? Start to notice your habits. Notice what you do. Don't always take the easiest way. Use your breath. Think Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Inhale, lots of work to come up. Put in the effort. Exhale, release, spark. Don't hang your heads. And switch sides. Right leg straight, left toes tucked. So sometimes you grab underneath and that can hold you back. So grab in front. Don't assume it'll be the same from side to side. It is a forward fold. So if you need a little lift under the glutes to lift the hips and tilt the pelvis, do it. If you need to bend that right knee, where do you get the deepest
deepest stretch to create the deepest change. Use your breathing, and there's a fine line between what is painful and what is discomfort, creating change. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Vinyasa, if you're doing the vinyasas, keep your breathing. As you come down, Marichyasana A, your left leg is straight, your right knee bends, get your right shoulder to the inside of the knee and bring your right arm around your back. Right hand grabs the left. It is a forward fold. Draw that left hip back. Shoulders, if there was a mirror there looking down, would they be even? Is the weight even on everything connected to the ground? And how snug into the armpit is that right knee? Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, release. Spark, lift that bottom up if you can. Lift the feet up as well. Right leg is straight, left knee bends. Left shoulder to the inside of the left leg, left arm around, right hand behind. Remember, each posture is here to teach us something. It's your job to figure out what the lesson is this time you came to your mat. And you know, each time we come to our mat, it is a whole different practice, a whole different experience. Keep your breath, shoulders, neck, weights even on everything connected to the ground, so both sides of the body. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Move through your vinyasas if you like. Otherwise, move directly into Marichyasana B if you know it. Keep breathing. As you come down, left foot is in half lotus, right foot comes to the floor. It is a forward fold, so the foot and the knee are a little wider apart. Now, if you can't do half lotus, put the left leg on the ground, put the right foot in front of it, and it's still right arm around left. Do what is in your body to do today. And I mean, keep in mind, trying is the exercise. So if you keep doing the same thing all the time, be brave, try something different. Let the head go. If you can engage the chin lock, Jalandhara Bandha, that's great. Inhale, lengthen, drop your shoulders. Exhale, release, spark. And switch sides. Right foot is in half lotus, left foot to the floor. So you want the weight to be even on the left foot and the right leg. You wrap left arm around left leg, right hand behind the back. Left shoulder draws back, right shoulder draws forward. Remember the option, if you're not doing half lotus, put the right foot behind the left. If your head doesn't go to the floor, you can always put something under the head just to give yourself that little foundation under the head. Use your breathing, unclench that foot. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Vinyasa. Keep your breathing. The next two Marichyasana postures, inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog, are twists. Marichyasana C, left leg straight, right knee bends. Left arm to right leg, if you can get it around the front of the leg, do it around the front. Other backhand off the floor if you can. Left foot flexed, chin parallel to the floor. Look far back. Feel that torso rotating around the spine. Lift the sternum, move the shoulders. Keep your breath. Is the weight even on everything on the ground? Back to the center, spark, and switch sides. Right leg straight, left knee bends. Again, if you can wrap around the front of the leg, reach behind and grab the hand, do that. Keep your breathing, lift your sternum. Try to have the weight even on everything on the ground. One more breath in, one more breath out. Release, vinyasa. If you're doing the vinyasas, keep your breath. As you come to a seated position, Marichyasana D is left foot in half lotus, right foot to the floor. So you want your left knee and your right foot close together. Left arm, so opposite arm around the leg, right hand behind, and you bind if you can. Now I know that you're used to, in my classes, doing another option of left leg down, right foot over, right glute to the floor, and twisting right.
So do the variation that truly will create the greatest change in your body. Don't lean that torso back. Back to the center, spark. Now it is right foot in half lotus, left foot to the floor. Right arm around left leg, left hand behind the back, twisting left. Or right leg on the ground, left foot over, right elbow to the outside of the knee, twisting. If you can reach under the leg and grab your hand, by all means. If you're doing the second variation, you need the weight even on both glutes. If you're in half lotus, the weight is not even on both glutes. Back to the center, go through your vinyasa if you're doing, but truly, why are you doing it? Know that answer. Downward dog, coming forward into a seated position, lifting nice and tall, finding Navasana. Feet off the floor, shoulders down. Now you can straighten the legs if you like. You can release the arms, lift the chest. Use the power of the drishti. It's also known as boat pose, so don't let that boat sink. Now cross, draw the thighs in, hands down, lift. Don't hang those heads. Back up. Come on. Know your options. Don't do what I'm doing. Don't do what I'm saying. Do what's best for you. You are your own greatest teacher, and you're actually in charge of your own practice. Spark. Often we want to blame everybody else. Sometimes we just, well, not sometimes, all the time, we should look within. Breathing, breathing. Now, technically, there would be 5, but today we won't do 5. We'll do 7. No, I'm just kidding. We'll just do 3. So spark or vinyasa, keep your breathing. If you're not doing the full vinyasa, you might want to go to downward dog. And now you're moving to Bhujapadasana, where you bring the feet around the hands, walk the hands back, bend the elbows, and you might stay here. Or you may walk the feet closer together, you may cross the ankles, and you may pick the feet up off the floor. Whatever it is you're doing, be content with that. Keep your breath. Now as you come out, you may straighten the legs and take the legs back, or you may just sit right down. Your heels come to the floor, and it does help if your heels are on something that slides. We tend to stick on our yoga mats. Shoulders come in between the legs. Arms go under the legs with the palms flat. Toes point up, and the legs begin to straighten. Chin may come to the floor. Forehead may come to the floor. Keep your breath. Pressure toe mounts forward. Roll your knees on top of your shoulders. Supta Krimasana, bend the knees. Shift the weight, bring the hands right up mid-back, clasp your hands, and bring your feet together, crossing your ankles if possible. Use your breathing, use your breath. One more breath in, one more breath out. Inhale, come up. This is a very good time to do a vinyasa if you can, or even move through downward dog, just something to get the body back to neutral. Remember, that is the purpose of the vinyasa. Vinyasa literally means connecting movement to breath. Now coming to Padmasana if you can, which is lotus, and bringing the arms through the legs, holding the chin. If that is not going to happen, you can cross the legs, lift the spine, drop the shoulders. Now take 2 breaths, just rolling the gaze up. Kind of like you're rolling your eyes at your kids or your husband. It's good. And Garbha Pindasana is rolling anywhere from 5 to 9 times clockwise. You're not trying to do big loop-de-loops. You're rolling, keeping the chin tucked down so it doesn't become whiplash. And coming up, if you can't do Kukuttanasana because your arms aren't through your legs, do Utplutihi or Spartubandhas for 5 breaths. Release, move through a vinyasa if you like, or move directly to Baddha Konasana. Again, it's a forward fold, so lift those hips to tilt the pelvis, heels are snug, thumbs roll the feet open, elbows start close to the body. Next in line with the spine, move the elbows out,
Keep the sit bones grounded. The tendency is to roll off the sit bones. Know your foundation. So the structure is strong. Stabilize the foundation. Now inhale, come up. This is a tuck and round, so drop the chin, round, round, draw the shoulders back, do the work. Inhale, come up. Upavishta Konasana, extend the legs, fold the body. Remember, you may need to bend the knees. If you can grab the toes, grab them. But whatever you're doing, actually know why you're doing it. This culprit is bad for allowing us to move only into flexibility and forgetting about our strength. Now, inhale, come up. Exhale, release. If you're sitting on something, slide it out now. And straighten the legs, lift the gaze, drop the shoulders. Option being here, holding the backs of the thighs. Keep the spine long, keep your breath present. One more breath in, one more breath out. Vinyasa, if you like, or release and roll onto your back, doing the same thing on your back. Nothing under your head, hips lift. Legs are as far apart as they were when you were in your seated position, if possible. Chin and chest, if they touch, chin moves away, hips lift higher. If the spine is fully perpendicular to the floor, you can reach and grab your feet, but don't do it if you don't know why. Now, inhale, come up, hesitate. Exhale, fold, 2 breaths. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Vinyasa, if you're doing the vinyasas, otherwise come down onto your back. Supta Padangusthasana. Left leg is straight, right leg is up in the air. Drop the hip, lift the torso. This left palm can be on the left thigh or on the ground, where you need it for foundation. If you're hiking that right hip, settle it down, drop the shoulders. Head goes down as you breathe in. Right leg goes out to the right as you breathe out. Drop that right hip towards the front of the mat. Notice if the weight is even on everything on the ground. So glutes, shoulders, keep your breath. Don't turn your head if it's not a benefit. Know that you're connected right at the center of the body, the top and bottom half. Bring the leg back to the center as you breathe in. Torso comes out, breathe out. Inhale, head down. Exhale, leg down. Other side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, lift the torso. Drop the shoulders. Drop that left hip towards the front end of the mat. Press out through the right big toe mound. Use your breath. Feel your neck being lengthened, not strained. Torso comes down, breathe in. Move that left hip in the socket. Move the leg out to the side. Turn the head. You don't want that right hip dangling in the air. Keep it connected. Know that you're being supported evenly. Feel the shoulders open. Keep your breath. Feel the power of your breath. Don't force it. Just feel the power of mindful breathing. Bring the leg back to the center as you inhale. Exhale, torso comes up. Use that core strength. Inhale, torso down. Exhale, leg down. Knees into the chest. Roll up. Do a vinyasa if you like. Leave it out if that's better for you. Remember, the practice is for you. As you come down, you roll onto your back. Your toes go to the floor over your head, and you roll up to a seated position. Draw the shoulders down. Keep the breath. Elbows can be out. You can hold the toes. Use your feet. Lift from the base of the spine. Realize, okay, my foundation has changed. I need to make it strong. Keep breathing. Use the power of the drishti. Now fold the body in half. Use your breathing. Lift the chest. Rise up out of the foundation. Keep your breath. Lift those shoulders out, or move them out of your ears. One more breath in. One more breath out. Release. Vinyasa if you like. Keep your breathing. We're leaving Setu Bandhasana out today, and we're coming, if it's in your practice though, you can include it. We're coming into the hip lift or the wheel,
or a combination of the two. So nothing under your head, remember? If it's the hip lift, knees bent, you're squeezing your shoulder blades together like there's a little lemon there. The heels below the knees so the joints are stacked and the foundation's strong. Don't lift by thrusting your rib cage. Sternum moves to chin. Breath is present. Shoulders move towards heels, heels towards shoulders, knees towards the toes. Breathing. Coming down. Bring the knees into the chest, pause, rock it out. Repeat that again. If you prefer going up into the wheel, then that's what you should do. Keep your breath. Sternum moves to chin, chin moves slightly away. Remember, in these strong back bends, you need to use your glutes, just don't overuse them. Good, bring yourself down, thighs to chest, whatever you need. Could be happy baby. And last time, again, if you want to try coming up into the wheel, by all means, come up into the wheel. Whatever you're in 5 breaths. You come down, pause. Now this time, come down, pause. Come up, move through a vinyasa if you like. If you're not doing the vinyasa, you move right to Paschimottanasana, the seated forward fold. Keep breathing. Remember, this forward fold releases those intense back bends that you've been doing. The eyes are open. You're listening to the breath. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Move through your vinyasa if you're doing the vinyasa. From the vinyasa, you're coming down into Sarvangasana, the shoulder stand. Now, if you know it's a day where you should not be doing shoulder stand, you can do legs up the wall. Remember, there is a lot of pressure on the neck and on the shoulders here, so it is really important to really know how you are feeling today. The hands can be on the back, the hands can be on the ground, the hands can be in chest expander. Sternum moves to chin. If they touch, chin moves away. Keep your breathing. Don't turn the head from side to side. Know why you're doing what you're doing. Natural curve of the neck. Room for about 1 or 2 fingers. Now the toes start to come towards the floor above the head. If you need to bend the knees to lift the hips to get the toes to the floor, do that. In Ashtanga, the tops of the feet are on the floor. Keep your breathing, lift those hips, hands low back, chest expander. Where do you need them? Keep breathing. Now, keep your breath. If you need your legs a little farther apart, move them a little farther apart. Bring the knees down on either side of the ears, lifting the hips. Again, if the chin and chest are touching, move the chin slightly away. The knees press lightly to the ears. The feet are still side by side if you can. Keep that natural curve of your neck. Keep breathing. You come back up into half shoulder stand and go into Padmasana, which is lotus. If you can't do lotus, that's okay. Go into half lotus go cross-legged. Again, hands on back. If you can put your hands under your knees, that's where you go. Keep your breathing. Remember, there's a lot of pressure on the foundation if you're not careful. Shoulders, neck, head. Now the knees drop down into Pindasana. You bring the arms around the legs if you can, and you keep breathing. Keep breathing here. You slowly lower your spine to the ground, trying to use that core strength, not your neck and shoulders, and you're moving into Matsyasana, which is fish pose. If you need to straighten your legs and come into the straight-legged variation of the fish, by all means. Otherwise, you are in lotus. You slide up You hold your feet if possible. Your feet are flexed. You're drawing your knees towards each other. You're squeezing your shoulder blades, and hopefully your breath is present. Stay present in what you're doing. Now you release to the extension if you do it. Keep your breath. Don't do something that doesn't feel right in your body. In fact, if it feels wrong, it probably is wrong. Lower yourself down. Bring your knees into your chest. Come up. Move through a vinyasa. If you're not doing the vinyasa and your practice does include Shirshasana, by all means, move into Shirshasana headstand. This is not the time to learn headstand. So downward dog itself is an inversion. You can stay right here. You can come down into dolphin pose if that's better for you. It's also an inversion, getting those hips going up and back. If headstand is in your practice and it's something you do regularly, you can always move to the wall now and use the wall for support. But again, truly understand why you're doing what you're doing. If you are in headstand and all the weight of the world is on your neck, you need to reposition. When you're coming out of it, make sure you stay down in child's pose, and it's often a good idea to support your head on your fists just in case you're feeling a bit dizzy or lightheaded. From here, move through a vinyasa or leave the vinyasa out and come to the last 3 closing postures. Keep your breath. The last 3 closing postures are done in Padmasana if you can. 1 foot, right foot, and then left. The left hand reaches around the back, grabbing the left foot, and the right hand reaches around, grabbing the right foot, and the body folds. You can sit lotus, cross-legged, half lotus, and I encourage you to challenge yourself. Squeeze the air out of the lower abdominal, so now you actually are rounding. Let your arms roll down your back. If you can get your head to the floor, that's fantastic. Get the head to the floor, but if not, don't worry about it. And don't let your head go down at the expense of your foundation not being stable. So that would be your glutes and your legs. The eyes are open. The drishti is down the tip of the nose. Do the work. Use your feet. Use your breath. You are rekindling that internal flame here. Bring yourself up. Extend the arms over the legs. Touch the thumb and index finger. Lift the sternum and drop the chin. The eyes, they're open here. You do have the natural curve of your breath. Use your legs. Draw your knees towards each other. Flex your feet. These postures, they can be held for short amounts of time or for much longer. It really is dependent on the time of your practice. Remember that the eyes are still open. You lift your gaze up and you place your hands on the floor. Now, if you're exploring Utplutihi, you can put 1 block under each hand to elevate the hands so that as you press down, the torso lifts up a bit more. You can lower and lift up. Your gaze is to where the baseboard and the wall meet, so not hanging your head. You can lower down, you can lift back up. Keep your breathing. Keep your breathing. Hold for about 105 breaths. Watch those chins thrusting forward. Good. Lower down. Move through a final vinyasa if it's in your practice. If it's not, well, you know that it's time now for Shavasana. From downward dog, you inhale, look forward. Exhale, sit down and lie down. Once you get all the way down, take a really big deep breath in. A long, loud letting go exhalation. Just let the practice be released. Surrender the breath. Knowing that each practice is like a life cycle. It begins with an inhale and it begins with an exhale. Allow the body to soften. Let the mind follow the gentle rhythm of the breath. Feel the benefits, the healing benefits of the practice of the pranayama, the breath work. I encourage you to stay in Shavasana for as long as you need. Don't shortchange yourself. Remember how important Shavasana is. Thank you so much for sharing your practice and your time with me today. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste. Have a great day, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you next time.